Hey guys, GHAZZY TV here with another Path of Exile video build guide update. Today, or in this video, I'm going to talk about the updates that we've just done in the Lich Queen Skeleton Summoner build. Now, there's been a lot of things happening with the Spectres in the upcoming 3.13 patch for the Ritual League, and it looks like pure Spectre build seems to be kind of hurt. They're definitely on suicide watch. So one of the solutions is to supplement the Spectres with another minion, and this brings me back to the old school build I made 5 years ago, which is called the Lich Queen. And the Lich Queen is basically using skeletons and Spectres to supplement one another, where we're using one minion to focus on clearing and another minion to focus on single target. Now, this has been best approached through using melee skeletons, because the melee skeletons are better than mage for clearing. Basically, mage skeletons have been worse than Spectres for clearing, and melee skeletons have been better than Spectres for bossing, at least back then. And this has changed with the way the Spectre meta has emerged over the past few years. That seems to be taking a 180 turn and going straight back to what it used to be. So what I did is that I used an Impale strat for the Lich Queen build, and I've reworked that entirely since we needed to push up the Spectre's clearing efficiency with melee skeletons for this build. So I have reworked this entire build guide from Impale into Cold Conversion. We are using Grip of the Council on the low budget version instead of the Triad Grip to make sockets more achievable. So we're going with the Grip of the Council approach with a Cold Converted skeleton approach with this, Fizz is extra out of cold, basically. This entire build guide has gone through a lot of changes. The first one is that we're using Redemption Sentries in a 4-link, which goes into your chest piece into a 6-link once you have a proper minion helmet, which is where we move our skeletons, which are originally in your chest piece. And once you have that helmet, you move the skeletons into the helmet later. This is all covered in the guide, of course. I'll show you the POB here real quick. The only high-budget piece, I guess, like unending hunger is not necessary. It's just a clear speed increasement depending on how expensive it is, which I'm assuming will be a lot cheaper nowadays compared to before. Besides this, the build is only using one cluster jewel, which is kind of crucial for the skeletons to survive versus bosses, and that is a max passive medium cluster jewel with minion life to make it as cheap as possible. Obviously, if you get a 4 or 5 passive, that is obviously better, but this is very affordable. You can craft the Blessed Rebirth yourself with alterations, or you can just purchase the jewel with it, depending on the prices of alterations, which might be expensive during 3.13. And you want this to make sure that your skeletons survive for at least 4 seconds when they're recently summoned, and that way you can actually keep up with a full damage source versus enemies. And you'll be able to pull off about 6.5 million Shaper DPS in completely trash gear with this build. This POB shown is actually using a helmet with only minion damage and +3 level of minion gems. Obviously later you would want hypothermia, maybe the essence craft. There's so many other options. It's all in the guide as well for even better damage output. But for a low budget build, you can easily put out 6.5 million Shaper DPS out of this. This is without the Animate Guardian buffs being shown into this POB as well. So it's pretty cool, actually. So a lot of aura changes. I figured it would be best for you to check the actual forum guide than for me to list everything in a 15-minute long or 20-minute long video. So I just wanted to let people know that the entire build guide has been reworked from Impale into Cold so that we can get the chill and freeze and shatter as a defensive mechanism. The build is super cheap, works perfectly fine as a league starter as always, and that's it. If you guys have any questions about the build, hit me up in the comments below, or better yet, post a comment on the forum guides and I'll answer it as soon as I can. And yeah, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and until next time, stay safe, keep rocking.